Every living thing on Earth right now, whether it's a towering redwood or the person sitting next to you, is the current winner of a brutal, continuous relay race. That unbroken lineage stretches back roughly 3.5 billion years. But the track for that race is constantly shifting. Continents drift, ice ages come and go, and new predators arrive. In nature, a static organism in a changing environment faces rapid extinction. Individual organisms are stuck with the genetic hand they are dealt. You cannot rewrite your own DNA during your lifetime to grow thicker fur when the temperature drops. Because an individual cannot rewrite its own genetics, the work of survival falls to the group. Adaptation plays out across entire populations over multiple generations, a process called evolution. Natural selection is the specific mechanism that drives this adaptation. It functions as a predictable, mathematical engine built on 4 observable facts. First is genetic variation. Minor mutations create natural differences. Second is selection pressure. Environmental threats limit population growth. Third is differential fitness. Those differences determine who survives. Finally, heritability. Survivors pass winning traits to their offspring. These 4 rules guarantee that as long as there is variation and pressure, a population will continually adapt to stay alive in its environment. In 19th century Britain, light-colored peppered moths successfully avoided predators for generations by blending into lichen-covered tree trunks. But then a new selection pressure arrived. This photograph shows the scale of the early Industrial Revolution, which pumped enough soot into the air to physically darken the surrounding forests. The soot completely flipped the survival odds for the peppered moth. Look at these moths against a darkened surface. The light moths are easy targets for birds, while a rare, dark-colored genetic variant is suddenly hidden. The dark moths survived at higher rates and reproduced. Within 50 years, the vast majority of the moths in industrial Manchester carried the dark coloration. The moths did not choose to change color. The environment changed, and it simply selected the survivors, proving that evolution is a responsive, ongoing process. In the isolated Galapagos archipelago, we can see what happens when these same forces of selection play out over deep time. If a population is split by a physical barrier like the sea, the 2 groups adapt to different pressures. This is allopatric speciation. After thousands of generations, they become so genetically different they can no longer interbreed, becoming separate species. This scientific illustration of Galapagos finches shows the result. These distinct beak shapes evolved from a shared ancestor, but they were reshaped by the specific food sources available on their isolated islands. The finch beaks show how selection reshapes anatomy to fit a niche. When these small, diverging changes accumulate over millions of years, they account for the massive shifts between entire categories of life, eventually tracing back to a single last universal common ancestor. As we trace this outward, we see the expansion of life from a single microscopic organism into every branch of modern biodiversity, from the fins of a fish to the wings of an insect. Evolution provides the coherent explanation that connects these disjointed facts of natural history. It is the single framework that allows the entire story of biology to make sense.